Hello everyone. In this lecture I am going to talk about PN diode. So what is PN junction? Introduction to the PN junction and the diode symbol and the PN junction forward bias and the PN junction reverse bias, and I am concluding the session. So what is PN diode? So PN diode or the PN junction is a semiconductor structure which is having p-type material on one side and the n-type material on another side, and the imaginary plane which separate the p-type and n-type regions is known as the junction. So the PN diode is nothing but, or PN junction is nothing but, it is the semiconductor structure which is having p-type silicon or germanium. So p-type material on one side and the n-type material on another side, and the imaginary plane which separates the p-type and n-type material is known as the junction. So this is the symbol of the PN diode. So this is anode and this is cathode. The PN diode is having the two terminals. The terminals are called as the anode and cathode. So here the p-type region is having the majority carriers are negative acceptor impurity ions. So the p-type material is having the majority carriers are holes and it is having the negative acceptor impurity ions, and the n-type material is having the majority carriers are electrons and positive donor impurity ions. So this is the PN diode structure and this is the symbol, and the terminals are the anode as well as the cathode. So this is the practical diode. So this is the silicon diode. So the diode number is 1N4007. So here the terminals are anode and cathode. So here we are having silver coated line. This silver coated line side is cathode and this side is anode. So this figure represents the anode and cathode of a practical diode through its symbol. So first we are going to study PN diode without applying any bias. Biasing is nothing but the application of external voltage to the circuit. So first we are going to study PN diode with no bias. So p-type region is having the holes. These are the holes. So hole size majority carriers and the negative acceptor ions, negative acceptor impurity ions, and this is the n-type material. So here n-type material we are having, these are the electrons and the positive donor ions. So here p-type and n-type materials are taken and the junction is formed. So this red color line indicates the junction. So here we are not applying the any bias. We are not applying the any bias, but due to the gradient in concentration of holes and electrons, holes diffuse or travel from P to N and the electrons diffuse or travel from N to P. Here we are not applying any bias, but due to the gradient in concentration. Gradient in concentration is nothing but the change in the concentration. The holes diffuse or travel from P to N. So here we are having the concentration difference. Gradient is nothing but the electron and holes concentration difference. So the holes are moving from P to N and the electrons are moving from N to P. So holes are moving from P to N and the electrons are moving from N to P. Holes are moving from P to N and the electrons are moving from N to P due to the concentration gradient, that is change in the concentration. So during this movement of carriers, holes and electrons present near the junction are recombined with each other and disappear. So due to this, the region of empty of holes and the electrons will form on either side of the junction. It is called the depletion region, transition region, or space charge region. So here the electrons and holes, this is the junction. So at the junction point the electrons and holes will recombine with each other. So whenever the electrons and holes will recombine with each other, then the region which is having the empty of holes and electrons will form on either side of the junction. So this is called as the depletion region. So here, due to the charge concentration different, the holes move from P to N and the electrons move from N to P, and at the junction the holes and electrons are recombined with each other. So whenever they are recombined with each other, at the junction we are having only immobile ions. So if you observe this dotted line, we are having only immobile ions which is not having any charges. So this region is called as the depletion region, space charge region, or the transition region. So this region is called as the depletion region, space charge region, or the transition region. So here the depletion region does not have any mobile charges. That means mobile charges are nothing but the electrons and holes. So here the depletion region is not having any mobile charges, because these holes will recombine with the electrons and the electrons will recombine with the holes and the pair will be disappear. So the depletion region is not having any mobile charges, that is holes and electrons, but it has immobile charges in the form of negative acceptor ions and positive donor ions. So mobile charges in the means these are having some positive charge and these are having some negative charge, but in depletion region we are not having any charge carriers. So but we are having the immobile carriers, immobile charges, that is negative acceptor ions and the positive donor ions. So due to the presence of positive and negative immobile charges, an electric field developed inside the depletion region. So due to the presence of these immobile charges, an electric field develops inside the depletion region, and this electric field is directed from N to P side, and it prevents the further movement of holes from P to N and the further movement of electrons from N to P. So due to these immobile charges, a certain amount of electric field is generated in the depletion region from N to P, and here due to this it prevents the further movement of holes from the P to N and the further movement of electrons from the N to P. So here in depletion region certain amount of electric field is generated. So this waveform indicates the charge density, and this will indicates the electric field, and this will indicates the voltage. So I will discuss about these waveforms with equations in the next coming presentations. Just without applying any bias, the charge carriers are moving, and in the junction we are getting the immobile charge carriers, and due to that some voltage is generated. So remember up to that. So the next one is PN junction with forward bias. So what is mean by forward biasing is nothing but application of the external voltage. So the forward biasing is nothing but if you connect anode to the positive terminal of the positive terminal of the battery and cathode to the negative terminal of the battery. So biasing refers to the providing an appropriate voltages or currents to the electronic device to operate it as desired. So biasing refers to providing appropriate voltages and currents to an electronic device to operate it as desired. So PN junction can be biased in two ways, forward biasing and the reverse biasing. So forward biasing is nothing but it refers to the application of external voltage to the PN junction. So here the P is, and this side I am having anode is connected to the positive terminal and the cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So it is said to be the forward biasing voltage. So whenever you are applying the forward biasing voltage, it opposes the built-in potential. Built-in potential is nothing but the what is the voltage developed at the depletion region. So here we are applying the positive voltage, and the P region is having the positive charges. So positive are repel each other, so that's why the arrow mark direction is like this, repel each other. And here the negative is connected to the N region, so this is also repel. So whenever you are applying the forward bias, so here this positive and the positive are repel, and this negative and the negative charges are the repel. So here the depletion region width or the space charge region width decreases. Depletion region width and the space charge region width decreases. Why means here in depletion region the P, the positive charges are combined with the negative charges and that pair will be disappear, and here we are having the immobile ions. Due to that immobile ions we are having some voltage. So whenever you are applying some external voltage, so whatever the positive charges you are having at this point, that will repel, that will going to this side, and whatever the negative charges you are having at the depletion region, that are repel to the negative terminal of the battery. So that's why here the depletion region width will be decreased. So here the positive bias is represented by like this. So here we are connecting some resistor, and the anode, this will be anode is connected to positive and the cathode is connected to the negative, and in forward bias condition the diode is represented with the short circuit. So whenever you are applying the forward bias, then the forward voltage is gets subtracted from the built-in voltage. Built-in voltage is nothing but the voltage developed in the depletion region. So if the applied voltage is sufficiently strong to reduce the net barrier potential so you are applying some voltage, and so whatever the positive charges that will be attracted to this point, and whatever the negative charges that will be attracted to this point, and the depletion region width will be decreased. So when you are applying the maximum voltage, such that the depletion region voltage or the barrier potential voltage will be 0, so at that point the maximum current will flow through the device. So in forward bias the diode will be act as the short circuit, and the depletion region width decreases. So whenever you are applied voltage will be increases, so at some point the barrier potential, that is nothing but the voltage at the depletion region, will come to 0. So at that point the maximum current will flow through the device. So in reverse bias the P type is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and the N type is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So positive and negative are attracted, and negative and positive terminals are attracted. So here the depletion region width will be increased. Because here we are having the positive p-type is having the positive charge. So the positive charge will be attracted towards the terminals, battery terminals. So here I am having some positive charge that will go to this. So here I am having some positive charge that will goes to battery terminals. So in that way the depletion region width will be increased. So here also I am having the negative charge. Here also I am having some negative charge. So this negative charge will go to this point, and this negative charge will goes to this point. So in this way the depletion region width will be increased. So whenever the depletion region width will increase, so the diode will not allow the current to the devices. So here the small amount of leakage current will flows through the device, because here the barrier potential voltage will be more when compared to the applied voltage. So here a small amount of leakage current will flows through the device. So this is the conclusion for this. So here n-type, p-type. In p-type, holes are the majority carriers, electrons are the majority carriers. So in forward bias condition, initially whenever the applied voltage is small, a small amount of current will flow. So once the applied voltage is more, crosses the cut-in voltage, at that point the built-in potential voltage becomes 0 and the current will be maximum. So this is the forward bias characteristics of the device. In reverse bias, we are applying the negative voltage, so a small amount of current will flow. After some time the breakdown will occur. So this is the PN diode symbol. So thank you all. Hope you get some knowledge about the PN junction, forward bias and reverse bias, and without biasing condition. So I will discuss the diode equation and the charge densities. All those are in the next session. So thank you.